Check again and see if I'm live on my end there.
Okay, I've started. Not that it
All right.
matters. Nobody ever goes there, but hey,
I
what the
saw
heck?
I saw the movie Respect. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's the Aretha Franklin movie there,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, list I'm looking at has the artist, their age.
I don't understand what the hell is going on. It seems that during down the it seems to be in the red here according to the my OBS. Now it's green. Now it's green there. All right. All right. Hopefully now this time things will be ready to roll there.
Doc is green.
All right there. There's a little square light on the bottom left of, actually the bottom right of my OBS there. It was in the red for a while there.
There you go. I see it popped up now.
All right, finally, thank goodness for that.
Well,
Well,
I'll go ahead and start with Hank Williams,
all
who
right.
was 29, died in 1953 from heart failure caused by alcohol and barbiturate overdose.
Wow.
Barbiturates, what is that, like the Black Betties or whatever?
Barbiturate, honestly, truthfully, I'm not real sure what barbiturates are. I think it's,
I only know it. I only know it. It was the
Oh, it's like
stuff.
Xanax. It's like Xanax
yeah, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
for
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah,
Downers.
that's the same. That's the same stuff that Brian Epstein OD'd on back in '68 there.
Yeah.
And he was a man, and we know him as the manager, the guardian angel of the Beatles.
Right.
Ah.
Okay, next one of people that we've heard of uh, is going to be, of course, Buddy Holly, who was
Yep.
22. The Big
Ah.
Bopper was 28. Richie
Oh, wow.
Valens was 17.
Wow. No, that's sad, man.
Says they died in plane crash. I thought it was a helicopter. No, it's a plane, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah,
a plane.
plane.
Yes, it was. Yes. It was. They decided, and we all know the story about that. Waylon Jennings was supposed to be. He was a part of that tour there. I guess I don't know what he was doing. He was a member of a band or something like that. But the story was that they were joking around each other. Now, hope your butt, and I guess either it's one of the big three told Waylon, yeah, I hope hope your car, hope your bus flats has a flat tire. And Waylon joked in remarks. He joked in response, saying, "Ha ha! Well, I hope your plane crashes." Ha ha ha! And
Ah.
oh man, and it
And
took him how many years for Waylon to get over that?
yeah.
Many years.
Okay, I'm going to move into the 60s now.
All right,
First one I got is Eddie Cochran.
all right.
He was 21.
Yeah.
Car crash.
Wow.
He, of course, we know him as the guy that did
Summertime Blues.
Right.
Mm.
Come
Alan
on,
Jackson
everybody.
covered that, too.
And the Who. Yeah.
Yeah.
There ain't no living for the summertime blues.
Everybody. A lot of people, artists have done that track there.
And actually, his, of course, isn't as heavy as Blue Cheer or Who, but
Yeah.
it was a pretty rocking version for its time.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, next guy I got is Johnny Horton.
Oh yeah. Like
Well, he did
country.
well, he was a country artist, but he did things like the Battle of New Orleans,
Yeah.
songs of that nature. Road to Alaska.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
guess you'd call them troop type songs. I don't know.
Yeah. And I believe he had died also from a car wreck as well.
Car crash. He was 35.
Yeah, I see there.
It'd be kind of interesting is to keep up with the causes. Okay, we got 3 plane crashes, 2 car crashes, and an overdose.
Mm.
Hey, Keith, you want to keep track of that?
I guess I'm not really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You already have a lot on your hands with that one. That's for sure, man.
Next
Oh,
one.
you want me to look up something?
No. I was going to say you have a
Oh,
little thing down there where you could write down some of these causes and see which one wins or wins.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm.
But how
oh,
many there are? I mean, like how many deaths were contributed to drugs, or how many deaths were contributed to car wrecks or violent disputes,
all right.
or something
Okay,
like
right
that.
now
There.
you've got 1 overdose, 3 plane crash, 2 car crash.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, 1 overdose, three. Hold on.
Plane crash.
3 plane crash, and 1 car crash.
No, 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next
2
guy I got
car.
is Stuart Sutcliffe.
I think I've heard of him. I don't.
He was one of the original members of the Beatles.
Oh, now I remember.
Stu Sutcliffe.
He was the original. Yeah, he was the original bass player for the Beatles there, you know.
Right.
But Paul McCartney, when he was in the ball, he was just a regular rhythm guitarist. After Stu's death, he decided to take over on the bass guitar there.
Yeah, he was 21, and his cause of death was cerebral paralysis due to aneurysm. So I guess in your list of causes there, Keith, I'd call that natural, I suppose.
All right.
Wow.
That
It was kind of
That's
funny, you know. What you remember the movie Birth of the Beatles
Yeah,
that aired on ABC and many years back there, telling the story of how they struggled in Germany and all that whole jazz scenario there.
right.
Stuart's girlfriend, Astrid, I forgot, Ingrid, did I pronounce her name? I know her name was Astrid.
Right.
She apparently was invited to meet the cast of that movie. And when she saw the guy who portrayed Stuart, she saw him and she just ran away for a while and just cried a little bit because he resembled Stuart so perfectly in that role there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it kind of like brought back memories because those two had a massive fondness for one another there. They were in love.
Yeah. Next
in fact,
one.
there was a rumor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, there was another rumor that possibly, Stu was going to leave the Beatles, to be with her.
Wow. Next one I got is Patsy Cline. She was 30 and put another mark for plane crash.
Yeah, she was also the subject of that movie Sweet Dreams, which starred Jessica Lange a couple years back in the 80s. She was known for that song Crazy, which was a good song to listen to there.
Actually, she had a pretty lengthy list of songs.
Yeah.
Because one of the cover bands I was in, we had a female singer that covered some of that stuff.
Ah.
We didn't do much country, but we did some. Next one I got Jim Reeves, who was 40.
Jim Reeves. I heard about that. He was another country artist, as I remember.
Yeah, he had a pretty good string of hits, too. Four Walls. What the heck is that one about? Put Your Sweet Lips a Little Closer to the Phone. Whatever that song. I can't think of the title. He'll Have to Go.
Yeah, never mind. All right, there.
Plane crash.
Another plane crash.
We're up to 5.
The 5 plane crashes. What the fuck was up with the What the fuck was up with the pilots back then? Didn't they know how to pilot a plane or what?
And we're going to come up with at least 3 more, but
oh shit!
Aaliyah died on a plane crash.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was because they had so much on. It was a small ass plane. They had way too much on the cargo there, and that brought the plane down because it was too heavy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
The next one.
Be careful what you put on.
The next one's kind of interesting. Sam Cooke, he was 33.
Yeah.
He was shot
in the hallway of a hotel room by some lady there.
Yep, that's your first shot there, Keith.
Shot.
I know.
All right,
more to come.
Got it.
More to come.
Okay. All right.
Then Alan
And
Freed,
this
do we
is a,
know who he is?
yeah, he was one of the first guys who started playing rock and roll on the radio station there. He was also there was a movie about him called American Hot Wax that came out in the 70s there.
Yeah, he was
And from what I
43,
understand, he was also 43, yeah.
and his cause of
And
death was uremia and cirrhosis of the liver. So put it down for
wow.
natural causes.
All right.
Was it caused by alcohol?
I suppose that's generally what that comes from.
And
Next,
from what I understand, this guy, going back to Alan Freed, this guy really got the screw job, I guess you could say,
yeah,
by the radio industry, I guess.
yeah, the Paola bit and all that. He was accused of
Yeah, I
being
know.
involved in that
And
heavily.
by the way, the payola bit was where apparently DJs were being paid by either record companies or their managers or the agents to play this particular song by this particular artist. I guess it's illegal, if I understand.
Yes,
Oh, wow. Some people must be that damn desperate to get their stuff played. But then again, when you watch the movies like Airheads, that kind of explains how far bands will go just to get themselves noticed or heard.
yeah, yeah. Next one I got's Nat King Cole, who was 45,
Oh
lung
yeah, one
cancer.
of the great ones. He
Lung
was one of the
cancer.
greats, man.
Yes,
Yes.
he was.
Yeah,
So
he
that's
was
another
the one
natural
that.
causes there for Keith.
Okay.
Wow, that's now. What's
3.
interesting is that the man. You got to give Nat King Cole his credit, his
Oh
due,
yeah,
man. He came up with some really good stuff there that they sang. He also led a jazz trio prior to becoming the big crooner that he would now know him as. And I guess Columbia Records issued an album of some of those recordings that they did with a jazz trio that he was involved in.
yeah. Nat King Cole did some great stuff.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ray Charles looked up to Nat King Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Next
Well,
one I
yeah.
got
No, who didn't?
is an interesting story.
Yeah.
Bobby Fuller, 23.
I know that
This,
we discussed that one time there.
yeah, we spent a lot of time on this one. The thing here says suicide by hanging in parentheses suspicious. So I don't know what we're going to call this one.
Well, you mentioned that he was found in a car with his hands tied behind his back
That's
there.
what the story was. Of course.
I put suicide.
Okay, go ahead and put that because we're going to have a couple of those.
I
All
would definitely put it on mysterious. Put on the question mark for that one because there's so
All
much
right.
speculation for that.
Yeah, that's a story
Yeah.
if anybody wants to really dig into it. It's a real interesting read.
You know what? I should probably look it up myself there. Myself there. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, I was going to say I kind of knew the guy, but I didn't really know the guy because I lived about 2 houses down from him when I was in El Paso when he was there before he broke big.
Mm-hmm. And he was a Texas native, by the way. There.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me look it up here. This This is from the Guardian. The all right there.
You think all these plane crashes, people dying, singers dying in plane crashes is part of like people that are in the Illuminati don't want to be
No,
in there
it's
anymore?
called, it's called
no.
the 50s,
Basically-
60s, 70s, and they didn't have technology like they do now. Safe
Well, basically,
way,
a lot of
okay.
the people that were dying in plane crashes, that's the way they traveled.
All right, got it.
Either that or by the bus.
Right.
I don't think they had the Illuminati back then.
Oh, you know who we? Well, I know. I'm just throwing this in there so we don't forget. But speaking
Yeah.
of buses and all that, what's his name from Metallica? We need
Cliff Burden.
to,
Yes.
we need to dive into him later
we'll
when we
hit
get
Oh
there.
my God! Yeah, definitely.
forget about
'cause-
We're still in the 60s
You know,
deaths.
All right.
Yep.
I think the Illuminati started in the 50s with the Beatles.
It's true.
What?
I mean, that is a good
But,
point.
but I don't think the Beatles were involved with the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Well, I thought they were, but maybe
Not
I'm wrong.
not everyone is involved with the Illuminati. Prince, the artist. Apparently he was killed because there's speculation that he had been murdered because he refused to get involved with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Next person I got is John Cochran,
Uh,
40,
40 years old.
liver cancer and hepatitis B. So
Wow.
there's another, I guess you'd call it natural causes.
Yeah.
All right.
Or unnatural causes. Something may have had to cause that to happen there, I guess.
Well, yeah,
With the heart.
that's kind of, in other words, it wasn't done by, self-inflicted. He died from stuff that happened to his body. I don't know. Natural
Wow.
causes just,
That's true now.
All right.
Next one I got, Brian Epstein, who was 32.
Yes. The manager of the
Accidental drug
Beatles.
overdose. So you got you another
Barbiturates.
drug one.
Who was
Yeah,
he the
and the
manager of?
Beatles.
Brown?
The Beatles, yeah. He was
Drug
also their
overdose.
guardian.
What drug was that?
Barbiturates.
The barbiturate. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently
I think that's it's drugs that are downers, like Xanax, Valium. Is it basically Xanax and Valium?
Well, apparently, either way, he was like the guardian angels of the Beatles, or especially to John Lennon,
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, John Lennon was probably the most outspoken of all the
Hey,
Beatles.
you know what I think they are?
What?
Isn't that what they
What?
used to call Quaaludes back in the day? Quaaludes?
Yeah.
I'm
Could be.
not too. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't do drugs, so I don't know.
Barbiturates are a group of drugs in the class of drugs known as sedative hypnotics, which generally describe their sleep-inducing, anxiety
Look
decreasing
what a
effects.
Quaalude. Look up Quaalude, Keith.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely there.
Barbiturates
Because I
Lot
know
of,
for a fact. I know for a fact the Beatles.
Yeah.
When they were not the hippie Beatles, but the early Beatles, they used to do amphetamine inhalers.
Uh-huh.
Amphetamine inhalers back then.
Oh wow.
Which that's the same drugs and ADD pills and stuff. But that's
wow.
that's a fact that they got prescribed that back
Yeah.
then. So they were high all the time and shit.
Quaaludes are barbiturates.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Drugs
There you
that
go.
depress the central nervous system.
Ah,
So Quaaludes, heroin, Xanax, and Valium.
wow.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of anything like that changes who I am.
Yep.
So I stay off that stuff.
Those are all downers, and alcohol is a downer too.
And it also fits to say that it was Brian Epstein's death that kind of was one of the first markings in the breakup of the Beatles years down the line. Because apparently because he was like he was their main backup. He was their guardian angel. When he died, a lot of problems was starting to arise. And at the same time, they were starting their record label, Apple Records, and it was not managed that well when you look at it. I mean, you got to have some sort of a management figure to help you guide along how to do things there. Because running the record label, it's the same thing as running a bar. It's a science,
Yeah.
No one knows
Is
more
that
about science than John Taffer.
Yep.
Is that
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, it's
Is
the
that the
same way
same-
either way there.
is that the same Epstein as Epstein Island?
No. Not even close.
Dude. Not
All
even.
right.
Not even. That's way apart. Remember, this is in '68.
Oh yeah.
Okay, next guy I got on the list is Woody Guthrie. He was 55. Huntington's disease. So I guess
Wow.
you can call that natural causes.
All
Yeah.
right.
And we know his son Arlo and his well-known song "Alice's Restaurant" and a couple
Oh,
others there. And let's not forget, Woody Guthrie was one of the many singers who spoke pro-union.
He
He was
was
considered the poet of the people.
one of the early big folk singers.
Yeah, the one who had a lot to something to say. He didn't want to sing depressing songs. He didn't want to sing sad songs. He wanted to sing songs that uplift people. To make them feel empowered. Like tell them to stand up for them rights, stand up for themselves. The poet of the poet of the people. I guess he was christened many times there. Big influence on Bruce Springsteen and others like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's one of those artists that people should look into. Next guy
Yeah.
I got was a tremendous artist and had a lot of charters. Otis Redding. He was
Oh yeah.
26.
No, the dock of the bay.
Yeah,
Yep,
that was the big one.
absolutely. And that came out after his death.
Away.
Plane crash.
Yep, another one there for
Okay,
the plane
another
crash
plane crash.
files. I mentioned this one time. I had a compilation record of him and Jimi Hendrix recorded from the Monterey Pop Festival in '67. Side one was Otis Redding doing his material there, which included Satisfaction, the Rolling Stones tune, and the side two was Jimi Hendrix doing his version of Like a Rolling Stone and the Trog's Wild Thing, in which he really smashes. Not only did he smash his guitar, he also set it on fire. Definitely look up on video for that on YouTube if it's there.
Well, a lot of the Hendrix things are on YouTube.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be a lot more there. Beatles, you name it there.
Yeah. Well, next one I'm going to list Judy Garland, but I don't think she. Yeah, let's go to Brian Jones.
She was a singer too,
Oh, yeah.
correct?
Well, yeah, but well, he's
She
right.
did that was Wizard of Oz was a lot of singing in that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a lot.
Well,
She
he's
was
right.
also
Let's include her.
Yeah,
Complications of a barbiturate overdose,
yeah.
and she was
Yeah,
47.
wow.
2 overdose now. And
Yeah.
6 plane
Liza,
crash.
and let's not forget, she's also the mother of Liza Minnelli.
Yeah. And you should have more than 2 overdoses because I can think of 3 that I've done.
Oh, all right. Maybe like 2 since I started keeping track.
Okay. Okay, Brian Jones I got is the next one. Brian
Yeah.
Jones was 27. Cause here says drowned due to liver dysfunction and ingestion.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there was a kind of investigation into this that there's as well there.
Yeah. So I don't know
So
how
what do
you're
I
going to
put that
classify.
in?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Probably the big
drown.
question mark category.
Okay.
Yeah. Put him there with Bobby Fuller.
Good. All right. Got it.
Okay, let's see. I guess I'm now moving on to 1970.
Okay.
Go.
I gotta wait till I get there.
Okay. Because there was a
There
few
we go.
deaths in that area just as well there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of these people that are from the old days that I kind of know who they are, but I don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them I'm just learning about right now
Right.
as we're doing this show here.
Okay, the first one I got that I'm aware of is Alan Wilson of Canned Heat. He was 27.
Um,
Suicide or accidental barbiturate overdose. So I don't know whether you call that in suicide or barbiturate overdose.
I'll put overdose.
Yeah, let's go
All
with
right.
that.
and another one for the barbiturate side there.
Yep.
Okay, a big one.
Oh boy.
Jimi Hendrix, 27.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Well, 1970 there, and that was September of that year.
Okay, asphyxiation on vomit after consuming an unhealthy amount of barbiturates.
Another barbiturate death. What the fuck is up with these barbiturates popping up here and there?
That was the big thing back then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
was.
another OD.
I know.
Okay, next one I got. Janis Joplin, 27. Heroin.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, the three, and of course, these two would start up what is now known as the 27 Club of musicians who died at that age.
Well,
There.
remember that Alan
Kurt
Wilson was 27.
That's right. And let's not also forget Amy Winehouse and also Kurt Cobain.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to start getting into some people now. I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
we just hit two big ones.
Yep. And I guess the next one that takes place the following year, Jim Morrison, July
Oh my God.
1971, found dead in a.
Look at my baby.
He was 27.
Yeah,
Also, heart failure
That's
brought on by heroin addiction.
yeah. He was
Ooh.
doing a lot. Remember, he was doing a lot of drugs
Overdose.
at
Who?
the time.
Talking about Hendrix?
No,
Jim Morrison.
Morrison was
Illicit-
doing heroin?
Yeah.
Really? I never heard. I thought he was just into the psychedelics and shit.
I heard that many times myself. And Keith, mute yourself, dude.
So Jim Morrison was into heroin. It's
Yeah.
very interesting.
A lot
Just
of.
like Tony. Just like Tony.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Which, by the way, did you hear what Minnesota? Not to interrupt, man, but after this, we got to talk about what Minnesota posted on his channel regarding Tony there, and what Tony said he wanted to do to Minnesota Vikings fan there.
All right.
It's
I
right-
can't
it's
wait
right-
for that.
Yeah, it's right. It's on his channel right now. He did about 3 short clips. He streamed all 3 of those live.
Ah.
Okay, next one I got is Louis Armstrong,
Oh,
69,
yeah.
heart attack. So that's
Yeah,
natural
and that was a
causes.
couple of
Yeah.
days. And that was a couple of
Yep.
days after his birthday, I understand there. And this is the trumpet player who was able to.
Well, the big
He
ones
was also.
were Hello Dolly and Wonderful
Uh-huh.
World.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which they
And I think to myself, what a I can't do it.
wonderful world.
I see signs in a blue.
That's pretty
Something
close.
like that, right?
Yeah, that's what there. You know what? That movie, and what really got me into that song when it was featured in that movie Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams.
Mm.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good song.
It is.
Next one I got is King Curtis, 37,
Um,
stabbed to death.
King Curtis was a member of what band? There,
He was King Curtis,
it's just so he's a solo act, right?
right?
Mm.
So you said natural causes for King Curtis?
No, he was stabbed.
Oh, okay.
He was
I guess
stabbed.
you're gonna
I don't know.
whatever you put for
I
Sam
don't know.
Cooke. He was murdered.
Sam Cooke got stabbed?
Murdered.
Oh,
No,
all right.
Sam Cooke got shot.
Yeah, all right. Oh, I know Sam Cooke sings Another Saturday Night and
Yeah.
I ain't got nobody.
Oh,
That was
others
one of
other than
many.
that. Yeah, Cupid was another. You Send
Send
Me
Me.
was his old. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I know those two.
Yep.
Yeah, he's someone else. If you look up his greatest hits by him, you'll be kind of like, oh, I know those songs.
Yeah, there were
All right.
great songs there. A couple
Okay.
of them
Yes.
covered many times. For instance, Steve Miller Band covered "You Send Me" on one of his albums there.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Yeah. That's good. He did a good version of that one there.
Okay, next one I got is Gene Vincent, Bebopalula, 36.
Oh yeah.
Burst peptic ulcer. So
Oh,
I guess
wow.
you can call that natural causes.
You know what? I got to bring this up there. This I remember reading an interview with one of the Alvin brothers from the band The Blasters. He said that when he was a kid, he went and saw Gene Vincent perform, because he liked him, he liked the
Right.
songs and that. But the Gene Vincent that he saw perform on that stage there was trying to recreate that energy, trying to get that energy up there. And then later on during the show, you know, Vincent, brought up this supposed his wife and his daughter there, or kid, or whatever it was, son or daughter there, and nothing matters to me but my wife and my children here. And then later on, they found out that it was not his wife and kids up there. They were paid to be up there because apparently his his real wife and their kids took off the kids and just left because apparently they couldn't deal with them, I guess. And then they found out later on he died.
Wow.
That was it. Yeah. Apparently around that time, some of these 50s rockers would find themselves in hard times. Kind of like some of these 80s bands, when you think about there, they find themselves they find them.
Yeah.
We got to definitely do an episode on that, by the way, YR. We got to do something about that because a lot of these 80s bands really found themselves in hard times since the 90s when the alternative shit broke out there.
Yeah, you could do whole shows on how changing music killed some bands.
Yeah, it did.
Next one I got Duane Allman, 24.
Yes.
Motorcycle collision.
He was also a member of the Derek and the Dynamos and the Allman Brothers. Keep that in mind there. He played the lead guitar on the classic Layla.
That's one of the reasons that Derek and the Dominoes only did the one album, because Duane Allman was gone and he was an integral part of that group.
He was, yeah.
I put car crash.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Keith, do you have a pen and paper?
No, I'm doing it on my text message. Like,
he's looking up on the internet there.
No, I'm not. I'm not looking it up on the internet. I'm just writing it down in my text message box. Like, and then I'll text it to myself when I'm done.
Well, I guess we could do this guy. Brian Cole, who's 28, heroin overdose. He was a member of the association.
Wow.
8 for overdoses, 6 for plane crash, 3 for car crash, 7 for natural causes, 1 for shot, 2 for question mark, and 1 for stab.
Wow.
Stabbing.
Okay. This might be something you want to look up, Earl. Barry Oakley, who was 24, motorcycle collision. And the reason I say look it up is because it's very similar to Duane Allman. And they were both members of the Allman Brothers.
Oh, wow. That's something there. Or is it me that or dude, all these, Southern bands like the Allman Brothers, Lynyrd Skynyrd, always had bad luck on their side?
Not all of them, but...
Marshall Tucker Band, all those.
Yeah.
Like the Deaths and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, going to Lynyrd Skynyrd, I guess.
Yeah, have we even been in Skynyrd? We need to know.
That's coming, but
later
it's not there yet.
All right,
later on.
We got to be patient, Earl.
I know,
Art has the list. We have to go by,
Well, it's easier because we don't skip around.
Yeah.
But if you look up Barry Oakley or Duane Allman, I think they were both motorcycle collisions. I think that they both occurred within the same general area and almost exactly a year apart. And they were both members of the Allman Brothers.
Wow. That's something there.
Barry was the bassist.
I see there. All right, there. So, who's next on the list there?
Oh, I thought you were looking at. Okay,
No,
Danny Whitten, who was a member of Crazy Horse.
Danny Whitten. Yeah, this is the man, and I guess it was heroin. I understand, right?
Barbiturates and alcohol.
Oh wow, because he did a. Because I know Neil Young did a song about that. It's
The
called
Needle and the Damage Done.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, maybe it was that one. I thought it was Needle and the Damage Done.
Yeah. I'm looking up the needle and the damage done right now.
Ron Pigpen McKernan.
From the Grateful Dead.
27.
Yep, another one in the 27 club there.
Gastrointestinal bowel hemorrhage attributed to alcohol abuse.
Yep.
So that's an overdose?
Yeah. Put it in overdose.
All right.
I have a feeling that's going to be the winner.
Yeah, it's in the lead right now.
I am. And I'm looking up the needle and the damage done there. And apparently the song describes the effect of heroin addiction on other musicians that Neil Young knew, including Danny Whitten from Crazy Horse, who would die of overdose the same year the song was released.
That's what I thought, but...
Grateful Dead band. Are we all ever into that?
Yeah,
because they have a huge following, right?
Oh, yeah.
They had a massive following, especially in the 80s and the 90s there.
Wow.
Next one you may have heard of, Paul Williams.
Oh, Paul Williams.
34. Oh, Temptations, not that Paul Williams. This is a different Paul Williams. But he had a gunshot wound.
Because when I think of Paul Williams, I think of some a short British guy who wore glasses.
Right. This isn't the same guy.
Okay, there I was thinking the same. Like, wait a minute, I think he's still alive there. I was like, holy cow, man.
Yeah. Next one I got is Graham Parsons, who was 26. He didn't reach the 27 club.
Oh, wow.
Morphine and alcohol-related heart failure. But
he was a member of the Byrds, by the way, there, which featured Roger McGuinn and David Crosby.
I don't think he was ever in the Byrds, but yes, he was for 1 or 2 albums. And also the Flying Burrito Brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, I see there, yeah.
I think he had just joined the Byrds, and they were real happy about that, and everything was cool. And then next thing you knew, he died.
Wow. That's a trip there.
Jim Croce, 30.
Plane
crash.
What songs did he do? What
Operators?
You don't mess around with Jim. The Operator, Big Bad Leroy Brown. That was one of the big ones there.
Time in a Bottle.
Wow.
I Got a Name.
Who did that Bullfrog song?
That was, you mean Joy to the World? That was 3 Dog Night.
Of course, it was a cover from somebody.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
But I don't know who. Well, and apparently his lead guitarist died in the same crash.
And he was friends with both Arlo Guthrie and Cheech Marin of Cheech and Chong there.
Yeah.
And I guess in an interview, Marin said, just when he was told about Croce's plane crash, him and Thomas Chong was about to hit stage, so they did their performance, and after the show there, Cheech was like, oh man, how am I going to deal with this, man?
Yeah. It's a little-known British group, The Shadows. They had a couple of big songs over here. One of them was Apache.
Yes.
We
know that song, yes.
John Russell, he was 31. Suicide.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. And by the way, the song Apache by the Shadows, that would be redone by the Incredible Bongo Band.
Yeah.
Years on down the line in the 70s. And that version, the drum beat of that version would make it onto all these hip-hop records in the 1980s when you look at it, including MC Hammer's Let's Get It Started.
Yeah. Apache is a pretty cool song, actually.
Yes, and by the way, you guys, YR, you got to check out Black Sabbath from 1989 in Russia performing that song
It's on
live.
like a
Yes,
record. Did
yeah,
Black
it's
Sabbath
live.
ever do any live records?
Live. Oh yeah, they did a lot of them. Live at Last from 70, 70
There's at
four,
least
Oh.
which
three
came
of
out
them.
yes. The reunion
Okay,
album,
you know how
Live
like you know
People.
what I'm talking about, right? Like how Kiss did Kiss Alive, and then
Yeah.
what's the Iron Maiden one, Live After Death?
Live After Death. Yep, a real live one, the real
Yeah.
dead one there afterwards.
What? So they
Well,
did.
one
All
of these
right.
days, put it on the list so that we can discuss live albums.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I've
I
got a
think we did
couple
a
of
live section.
big ones that I'd like to talk about if we do that.
I mean, y'all know me. Like nothing can beat Unleashed from the East.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree on that one there.
And
Next,
they sped up the songs too, like they were playing faster and shit. Oh my
yeah,
god!
they do. Yes. You should check out how they sped up Sinner from 1982 Live Vengeance tour there.
Yeah, if we do that, I'm definitely going to talk about Deep Purple made in Japan.
Oh yeah, definitely. We spoke about that album
We
a
have
lot.
topics for the next 2 months. We're good to go.
Yeah,
man,
we
we
can
got
do
Good
this in
though.
a
We
while.
plan ahead and really have something to look forward to every episode. You know.
Absolutely. All we
Nick-
need is to be reminded of it.
That's why somebody needs to write it down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Okay. Next guy I got's Bobby Darin, 37. 37. And he died of
Splish Splash.
complications of cardiac bypass surgery.
Splish Splash. I was taking a bath there. That was
And
one of
Dream
his
Lover.
big songs. Yep,
So-
Dream Lover.
Dream
Yes.
Lover too.
So that guy is going to be natural causes.
All right.
All right.
And didn't he back up some politician for a while now? I guess it was. Forgot the guy's name.
Probably.
No, I forgot the name of the political figure he was representing, but I guess he was one of the first artists to do that. I guess at that time.
Dr. Earl, you want to do episode 2 Wrestling Renegades from the new channel?
Well, let me guess. Which one?
Well, I
Which
made
channel?
Bullfrog a channel, and so I'm going to be producing everything, running the OBS and everything. Bullfrog's front and center star and everything. So.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I gotta mention this.
I might as well. The guy's he can't learn. It's kind of it is kind of hard, like in a way. But
Yeah, I gotta mention this. I forgot to mention this here, guys. We, as you know, me and Bullfrog did a wrestling show that's on
Yeah,
each
I
other's
actually listened to
channels.
part of it.
Yeah. And Bullfrog said something about inviting you, Ark, to talk about wrestling because of your stories about world class
I
championship
can go
wrestling.
back to the Von Erichs and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, a couple others before that time,
Yeah. I could spend a long time on stuff that you guys are going to go, who? What? Actually, one thing I need to do before we do it is I'm going to find at least 3 clips and send them to you, and you can decide what to do with them there.
All right,
that are going to be interesting to discuss, because this is back in the days when they did some angles.
Oh yeah, real angles there, real interesting angles. And by the way, I got to throw this in here just for to boot. Look up Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo promo on the Rock and Roll Express. This is before Savage joined the WWF that was called at that time. And it was the Poffo Mania was called, doing a promo on Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. What Savage does while Lanny is talking is completely hilarious. Man, definitely got to check it out, guys.
Should I tell Bullfrog yes?
You got to find a night that works for me.
Wait.
I don't know.
Or I got to find a
Wait,
time
aren't
that
you
works
going to
for
be
me.
on the wrestling show too?
I will if you can get it at a time that I can do it.
That's the thing.
Dr. Earl, should I tell Bullfrog yes?
Well, we got to wait till
Well, let's discuss it later.
Good
All right, we
God.
could discuss it after. We could discuss it after we're done.
I'm kind of trying to run through these things, bro. Like Bullfrog, just hold your horses. Everything will be fine. Everything's fine.
So he's messaging you, right, OIR?
No, Bullfrog's I guess he's messaging Keith. Apparently,
Yeah,
he might be
he's
messaging me.
messaging
I haven't seen him.
Jeez, dude.
Bullfrog,
Okay.
everything's all right. All right, everything's
Bullfrog, give us
fine.
a rest, dude. You know, you can't rush good stuff.
Tell
there.
Bullfrog stop pushing. Tell him stop pushing. Just everything's fine, bro.
All right.
Stop smothering.
Next one I got Cass
Jesus.
Elliot.
For the mamas and papas, one of the first heavyweights in the Rock and Roll series,
Yeah.
because she was a big gal there.
Heart failure, died in her sleep.
Come on, bro.
No, she's literally
What
a
do you-
big gal.
Natural cause.
She
that your
was,
100%?
literally. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
that
not
one
too
was
sure
the
what it
natural
was.
causes.
Yep.
And not
Got it.
a ham sandwich, as many have said it.
Right. Okay, next one I got is Bill Chase, member of a group called Chase. He's 39.
Wow.
He died in a plane crash.
Oh, wow. Another one for the plane crash files there.
Wow.
Okay, next one I got is Robbie McIntosh, who is a member of the Average White Band.
Wow.
24, drug overdose.
No, what was the average white band? Was it like a bunch of white guys playing funky music?
Pretty much, Cut the Cake was their biggest one.
Oh.
What was the name of the other one? There was another one that's pretty big, but they're instrumental.
I see there.
Actually, look it up. It's not bad.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember seeing their logo many times. It was the cursive A and the cursive B and the W it mixed in with the bare back of a woman. So the
Yeah.
W was made to look like edge of a woman's ass there.
Okay, let's
All
see.
right.
Pete Ham, 27.
Badfinger.
Suicide by hanging.
Yeah, I remember the best sad story about him and Tom Evans. They were having a lot of management issues.
Yeah.
A lot of management issues. And these guys were often christened by critics as the second Beatles. And they were signed by the Beatles onto the Apple Records label there. They put out songs like No Matter What, Come and Get It,
Oh, yeah,
Rock
they
of Ages,
had some great stuff.
Day After Day, which is still played on the radio to this day. In
Yeah.
fact, the song Without You, which was written by those two, would later be covered by Harry Nilsson in the 1970s, Heart on their album titled Magazine, and later on in the 90s by Mariah Carey.
Yeah, they did a lot of great stuff.
Yeah. And sadly, those two guys are gone. They would have been considered the new Lennon and McCartney when you think about it there. But thanks to the bullshit management issues that they were having, it was bad management that fucked that group up there.
Yeah.
Very sad.
And we'll get to the second guy when he comes up on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Cannonball Adderley, 46. Cerebral hemorrhage.
And this guy was a saxophone player, I guess?
Yes, he was.
Ah. And
Big,
he was
mainly
a big
in
guy.
the 50s,
Wow.
but he did
Wow.
play beyond that.
Yeah. And he was a big guy, for I understand, as well.
Yeah. But a cerebral hemorrhage is a head thing.
Oh, wow. Ouch. That's a trip. All right.
Okay.
Brain hemorrhage. You really can't control that, can you?
No, it's kind of why it's called natural causes.
Mm,
Howlin'
that sucks,
Wolf.
man.
The blues
guy.
singer. The blues singer there.
65, congestive heart failure.
Wow.
Natural causes. Hey, natural causes is making a run.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. A lot of things. You never know. Yeah.
Sal
No, but I could.
Mineo.
No, but I could. What again?
Sal Mineo, 37, stabbed to death.
Salminio. And what member was he a solo artist? What band was he
Yes.
involved in?
He was a solo artist.
Oh, okay.
He
There.
was a lesser known solo artist.
Oh, wow. There. I see there.
Florence Ballard, of the Supremes.
She died. It was an overdose, I understand, right?
Coronary thrombosis and cardiac arrest. 32.
Wow. It was
Wow.
originally her, Diana Ross, and Mary Wilson.
Right.
After her, she was replaced by Cindy Birdsong. And I guess, from what I understand, I'm not too sure. I've heard a few stories about Florence Ballard. Apparently, what it was, she had some sort of this rape incident that occurred to her that, according to Mary Wilson, left her not the same as she was after that,
Yeah.
But that's understandable. When you go through something like that, no way you're going to be the exact same person.
No.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Next one I got. Oh, I lost my place. Oh, Paul Kossoff.
The guitarist from the band Free.
Yep.
It was a him, Simon Kirke on drums, Andy Fraser on bass guitar, and Paul Rogers on vocals.
Yeah.
And we all know the two main songs that they did. All Right Now from the album Fire and Water, which I had in my collection for a while there. And of course, Wishing Well from the earlier album they released. It was, yeah. It's about a person who is wishing for peace and love on this planet there. And I guess the one of their albums, kind of controversial when you think about it there. You look at the album, the self-titled album, I think it was their second album. I think it was called just Free.
Right.
Yes, and you look up there, it's kind of like shot the same way. You have to look it up to see what I'm talking about there. It was features a woman jumping and she may be naked, but you have to look at the design of the album cover to see what I'm talking about. In fact, I'll find it on the Google Images. I'll show you what I'm talking about there, guys.
And he had just started a band by the name of Backstreet Crawler.
Yeah,
12 overdoses so far, guys. 12 overdoses.
Yep.
Okay, this one.
It was heroin, yes.
Okay, this one was a pulmonary embolism, lung blood clot. So this is natural causes. Didn't expect that, but that's what it is, especially at 25.
Yeah.
Keith Relf. Tell me who he is, Doc.
Yep. The lead singer of the Yardbirds.
There we go. 33. Electrocuted by a guitar.
Yes. Apparently what the story was, he got out of the swimming pool and immediately plugged in his electric guitar to play a couple of stuff there and didn't realize that electricity and water did not mix.
Right.
And as a result from that, he was electrocuted immediately. Apparently that put a big damper on Led Zeppelin because remember Jimmy Page played with Keith Relf in the 60s there. When you heard about that, they vowed never to play anything. That became their biggest fear. Apparently what the reason was is that they were going to do an outdoor festival that started raining, and the fear of being electrocuted kind of caused them to stop the playing there, and I guess a riot assured because of that.
Yeah.
How do you spell electrocuted?
EL.
Well, I guess you can make a category accidental death.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
That'll make it
That would
easier.
be natural causes?
Yeah.
That's not really in the realm of
not
natural.
really. Not
I mean,
really.
because a lightning strike would be that. So, like, why wouldn't
No, that'd be accidental. Let's start an accidental category.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of
Yeah, because he might be the only one you find in that. I don't know.
Is there any you ran across, or maybe potentially ran across already, you haven't said yet, that end up maybe dying in prison? Going to jail
Hadn't
for a
had
while?
none of those, but
All right.
could happen.
It's interesting, famous people and musicians and stuff. I mean, besides, I can't really think of any off the bat that really did.
Yeah.
long, extensive time behind bars. I mean, obviously, like little drug and drunken
Well,
driving stuff all the time.
there's
But
some guys that did that. Quicksilver Messenger Service, their original Dino Valenti spent some time in prison, but he didn't die there. Tommy Bolin.
Yeah, he
Kenny
was
Bolin's. He's related to Kenny Bolin.
I don't think so.
I haven't said that name in a
No.
while. Kenny Bolin.
I know.
25.
Yeah, he was the guitar player for the James Gang and Deep Purple.
Right.
He took over Richie Blackmore's spot after Blackmore departed from that group. It's, I guess, the only album he did with them was Come Taste the Band, and that would be the last Deep Purple album up until Perfect Strangers in '84.
Okay. Heroin and alcohol overdose.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was another reason. You could talk to David Coverdale from Whitesnake, who worked with him on that in that lineup of Deep Purple. He could tell you that, that kind of shook him up for a long while there because I guess they were good buddies, I guess there, and he often advised the listeners of out there on the radio when he did the radio interviews to stay away from drugs. If you need something to find, be a mechanic or something like that, but not drugs because of what it did to his friend there, Tommy Bolin.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't think he was related to Mark Bolin from T-Rex.
No, I think it's different people.
Well,
it's different spellings on the last name.
Yeah. And we also got to include Mark Bolin just as well there.
Well, we'll hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, next one I got this is interesting in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Akim Kirchhoff of the Scorpions, 30, and the list of death here is unknown.
And what albums did he play with those guys?
What's that?
What albums did he play?
Oh, I don't know.
Lonesome Dove. I mean,
probably the first couple.
I think the Lonesome Crow, I think it was. And we're talking the German band, right?
Yeah, Scorpions.
Yeah, because I remember that I think there was another band called The Scorpions from the 60s eras. And I'm trying to make sure which. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I'm looking on the Wikipedia. Yeah.
Really?
Because oftentimes they call them just Scorpions, the ones that we know.
So, what about when you, at a concert, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, did they say Scorpions or The Scorpions?
I don't know. I never saw the Scorpions live. So let me look it up. The Scorpions, son of a name, go, blah, blah, blah,
Dave Rose. And Chad, how you doing, brother?
Oh, I thought he was on the call. Let's see there. I see, yep. They were formed in 1965 by Rudolf Schenker.
That must be that Scorpions then.
Yeah, right there. So there we go there.
Okay, the next guy is somebody that I think you guys may have heard of.
Yep.
Guy by the name of Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah.
Here's one of the probably the biggest besides Eddie Van Halen, but the biggest death.
42.
I mean, people were
shocked.
Cardiac arrhythmia.
Massive, absolutely shocked because I remember I was in a car with my mom, my sister.
A lot of people's moms were crying.
Yeah, because Elvis was a big part of their lives. Elvis, along with the Beatles, played a big part in people becoming involved with rock and roll.
Yeah.
And the story about how the later years of his life were wow, holy cow.
Well, it's similar to the shock factor of when. I mean, I wasn't around, but I've seen and heard a lot of stories about the JFK incident. People were crying and
John.
I mean, I guess that that.
Well, I was in junior high when he was shot.
September 11th would be, in that same category, and then maybe those the space shuttle, that one in the
Challenger,
80s.
Challenger blowing up in '86.
Yeah. Probably the big major that, and then the Elvis death. Those are big major.
And the Lennon
catastrophes.
I know.
Elvis is in that category, bro. That was
okay for Elvis. Put down natural causes.
Elvis's natural causes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
But
it
then
said.
again, with the way he was living was kind of unnatural when you look at it.
Well,
There.
he spurted on, or whatever the word is I'm looking for. He
Inspired.
inspired himself. Okay,
Expired.
next
Yeah.
next guy
Yeah.
you mentioned, but apparently you didn't know he died this time either. Mark Bolin.
Yeah, the man from T-Rex.
Wait.
Carlin.
I want to
Oh,
speak
Bubba.
on the Elvis thing real quick.
Yeah.
So wasn't he on the tour and he had a heart attack and he died?
That's basically the story.
That's what they said. Yeah, he was on his throne. The king of rock and roll was on his
So,
throne when he croaked there.
I did visit Graceland when I was I got pictures of it.
Oh wow.
Maybe I was like
there,
4
man.
or so. I think I was like 4.
Oh.
I barely remember. And the only thing I can remember is like this like dining room area, and I remember like there was nice silverware, and that's all I remember. I mean, it's a long time ago, but I did go there. And basically, for all the people that don't know, that's basically his house, his compound, correct, Dr. Brown? It's basically like a museum type thing. People can visit.
Oh yeah.
They have like an airplane
yeah.
there. What's the airplane name? Lisa Marie or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it may have been. Yeah. If I'm
Big
correct there.
old jet he has there. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he had a
he was
lot of
big,
things.
bro. Like Elvis was big in the 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
50s, 60s, and 70s.
And what
the
year did he
70s,
die?
1977.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, the 70s. So now I guess you could say around that time was kind of questionable if he was big, because at that time he was growing old, he was gaining a lot of weight, he was eating continuously all these peanut butter and banana sandwiches
he was taking
continuously.
Well,
those
he
barbiturates,
was
bro.
he was basically still kind of big in the 70s, mostly his Las Vegas shows.
Yeah. He was one of the,
Residencies.
yes,
he was doing
one
those
of the
barbiturates, Keith.
he was one of the first big stars to do residency in the Las Vegas there.
I heard when you're a music artist and you're doing a residency in Las Vegas, that means you owe a lot of money, and you can't like get out of doing a residency in Las Vegas until you owe back all that money.
Wow. Then I guess Britney Spears, Scorpions, Cher, and all those other acts that played there. I guess they owed lots of big money, I guess.
Yeah,
Some of them do, I suppose.
that's right.
Celine Dion, I guess, as well included. She did a residency there for a while. And Journey did few shows there, what I understand as well.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right. All of them. I think all of them owed money.
Wow.
Excuse me. Mark Bolin was 29. Traffic accident. So I guess you can put that down as vehicle or whatever.
Yeah, his wife Gloria Jones was behind the wheel at that time, and apparently what the story was, a deer had ran on the road, and Mark was like, "Oh gosh, a deer avoided that," lost control of the car, boom, died. His neck was broken, and I guess his wife Gloria was found in a state of shock after that. I mean, like, come on, like wow. And this is the man behind T-Rex. The song was like Jeep Stir, Bang It Gone, Get It On. Look up the albums, Dandy and the Underworld. Look up, Tanks. Look up especially Electric
Didn't they get in
Warrior.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
I
T-Rex?
think they did.
a couple years ago?
I think
Look,
they
Keith,
did.
look that up real quick. T-Rex.
Yeah.
Okay.
group,
That's one thing I never did figure out. Did he ever get inducted?
Did who?
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Okay.
T-Rex
Mark
Rock
Bolin.
and Roll Hall. Yes.
Do they still teach about dinosaurs in schools? And
I guess so. I don't know.
They should,
I remember getting taught about dinosaurs.
So did I. I did. I
Uh,
was taught about a lot of things in high school there. In the high school that I went to.
I have an article from 2020.
Go
T-Rex
ahead.
were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame during tonight's ceremony, which aired on HBO. Ringo
Oh, there
Starr.
you go. That's all we needed.
Wow. Nice.
Huh.
Yeah, that was in
Interesting. And yet
2020.
Jethro Tull's still not there. Okay.
Let alone Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, next guy I
Or
got.
Iron Maiden.
It's true. Priest before Maiden, though, for sure.
Yeah.
told before
Maiden,
both of them.
That's true there. Yeah. Yeah.
Both of them, yes, but Priest should get in before Maiden for sure.
Okay, Bing Crosby, 74, heart attack.
Oh, wow.
So you
Wow.
got yourself another national cause.
Yeah.
Right.
This was one of the big crooners before Frank Sinatra came in there. And unlike other singers who like to look down at the competition, Crosby welcomed this competition there.
Crosby
He did welcome
was
it.
smooth. He was good.
Yeah. And let's not forget
White Christmas.
Yeah.
Just
And
say
we
White
also
Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. Which is still played on the radio today around Christmas time. I heard that a lot of times last month there. And also, let's not forget his other Christmas anthem, they did with the version of the Little Drummer Boy that they did with David Bowie.
Yep. Okay, next one.
It's another one on the list.
Yep.
Later on, way later. We're decades behind.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick on since you mentioned his name, did you know they sold his estate sold Bowie's
Catalog?
Yeah, catalog. Did you hear about that?
No, not yet.
This was recent, a couple days ago. Keith, can you look up how much they sold it for? It was whoever's in charge of
David
his
Bowie's
estate.
catalog being sold there.
From Warner something. Keith, you look that up, please.
Time Warner?
No, something. There was another group, but it was like Warner. Yeah.
Let me guess. It's BMG, right?
No, it was something else. It was like a
Universal, because the big ones out there are BMG, Universal Music.
I got it.
Good.
23 million.
Wow.
To what company? And the Boys catalog, and what they were sold? What they were sold to?
Let's see. Let's see. I'm reading the article.
While he's doing that, next one I got is Cassie Gaines, 29.
Yep.
Steve Gaines, 28. Ronnie Van Zant, 29.
Leonard Skinner, 1977. And that was, of course, another
Three
big
plane
one for
crashes
the plane crash
there.
spot.
Three on the plane crash.
Yep.
Company.
Damn.
Wow.
All right. Let me go to the
plane crashes and suicides. Not suicides. Plane crashes and overdoses are going to be big.
Yeah, apparently the story was they were just trying to make this one gig there, but the plane didn't have enough fuel there.
It was sold to Warner Music.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Interesting. And if I understand, going back to the Skinner plane crash, Artemis Pyle, the drummer, he was one of the first guys to get out there and seek help.
Yeah. Over half the band actually survived.
Yeah.
Because Pyle did. I can't remember his name.
Gary Rossington, Alan Collins, Billy Powell.
Yeah, they survived.
Leon Wilkinson. Some of their backup singers, other backup singers, survived.
Yeah, it went down somewhere, I believe, in the swamps of Louisiana. Mississippi.
Yeah. Mississippi.
Never.
Now.
What, Keith?
Oh, okay. There was this girl I went to school with, and her name was Keisha Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Yep.
And?
There's no story. He's just telling you.
Yeah.
There's no story. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, next one I got a real tragic one too. Terry Kath, 31.
From the band Chicago.
Accidentally shot himself.
Wow, man.
It wasn't really a suicide. I think he was playing with the gun.
Yeah.
So
himself.
I don't know how we're going to classify that one.
All right.
I put accidental death.
Yeah.
Let's not be doing that.
Right. Okay.
Oh, is it? I'm still upright. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're still good.
I'm still trying some relevancy here.
Computer wise.
No. Oh,
Hmm.
Keith Moon,
Oh my
32,
goodness. 32, the drummer of The Who, 1978.
drug overdose.
Yeah, apparently what he was trying to do, he was trying to get himself well because The Who did so he could tour with The Who there. But apparently he took too much of what he didn't know about, and apparently that just screwed him up there.
Yeah.
What year was that you said?
1978.
Really?
Yes,
Really not that long ago.
and a year later, the documentary "The Kids Are All Right," which I highly recommend, came out in theaters.
Well, like when the day that happened, like what was like people saying, like the news and stuff, like was it a big deal? Like,
Yeah.
was it a big?
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal for the most part.
And they kept touring, obviously. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, they
they
hired another drummer.
Yeah, Kenny Jones.
Yeah, there are people that said that the Who should have quit right then, but
Yeah.
actually, in a way, I'm glad they didn't because they still released some pretty good stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't the same, but it was good.
Yeah, it
what,
was a lot more
82?
the 80s Who. Yeah, it
What's-
was a
let
lot
me see
more
what-
tame. It was a lot more tamer. It was a lot more tame than the old Who of before when Keith was behind the drum kit there. Because Kenny Jones is basically a modern regular drummer, whereas Keith Moon was like,
Manic.
They did a couple albums, Face Stances and It's Hard.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Those two records. I remember
Hits
those.
were on. Was there any hits on those, Ark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Athena.
From It's Hard, yeah. Eminence Front from the same
Right.
album.
Oh, that's Rose's song. Okay.
And
And
plus,
it does sound kind of 80s too. What about? Didn't they do a theme song? I don't know if it's 80s, but didn't they do the theme song for one of those shows on TV?
yes.
In one of NCIS or some shit.
Oh,
or
yeah,
what was it?
actually,
That's
they
the-
play that
That's
for
CSI.
CSI,
Yes.
Okay.
and
Yes.
they play old
They had-
songs. Those are all
Yes.
3 old songs.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes, it was. Well, I don't know which ones they do because there's so many
Well, one of them was
CSI
Don't Get
franchises
Fooled
there.
Again,
We'll
and
get
one of them
fooled
was
again.
Baba O'Reilly.
Yes,
and
and
I'm trying to
the
remember.
main one was "Who Are You?"
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that one.
Yes.
that was.
That intro to the Baba O'Reilly, what would that instrument be? Like a synthesizer? Or?
I think so. Yeah, it was.
They had
To be
those
honest,
in the
I'm
70s?
not sure.
Or was that
Yeah,
those
they
80s?
had a lot.
thing?
But that was
Oh,
a
no,
There were
different
the
kind of
70s
instrument.
and the 60s as well. There, that back. What did the Monkees album was one of the first to feature a synthesizer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny
So
that
like in
the
the 80s,
Monkees.
that's when it was big, right?
Yeah, it's funny
And
that
the
the
synth.
Monkees would be the first ones to use a synthesizer,
Yeah.
but they were on a song called "Daily Nightly."
Yes. And they were becoming big. And remember, me and Art discussed this last year. There was a Switch on Bach, which the works of Johann Sebastian Bach was performed on the Moog synthesizer.
By Walter, soon to become Wendy Carlos.
Yep. And Walter was a composer, or he or she was a composer himself. They did soundtracks for Clockwork Orange, The Shining, a few others there.
Okay, next one I got is Donny Hathaway.
Oh yeah, he's the one who did that song "Whenever I'm Close to You" by with him and Roberta Flack.
Where's the Love?
Yep, where's another one there?
33, and this is a suicide or accidental fall.
Oh,
Okay, so which one are we going to call it?
Okay, so
I don't
explain the
know.
story on that one. Yeah, explain the story about that one. Was he like
I
That's a
don't
unique
know the
one.
story on that one.
I'm gonna
Okay.
put suicide.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in
No,
suicide.
better yet, look it up, Keith, if you can.
All right.
Death of Donny Hathaway.
All right.
2 N's in Donny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that I just saw that and I was like, what? It's one or the other. Come on.
Probably another one there.
All right, got it. I got it. On January 13th, 1979, his body was found outside New York's Essex house below his 15-floor hotel room. His death was ruled a suicide. He was just 33 years old.
Okay,
Wow.
so we'll call it a suicide. Yeah, 15
Oh, yeah.
floors doesn't sound like an accident.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Sid Vicious,
Oh my gosh.
21.
Not the wrestler.
It says
Um,
here suicide or drug overdose. No.
It was
What group is that from?
the Sex
Oh,
Pistols.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Should I
the
look that up?
Oh man, definitely look that up and listen or read the whole story behind him and what was the situation going on with him, because apparently he was going to go on trial for the supposed murder of his girlfriend Nancy Spungen.
Oh,
Apparently,
death of who?
Nancy Spungen, his girlfriend. Apparently,
Oh
there was
no,
some.
but who? Nancy was the one that died.
Well,
They
no,
both-
Sid Vicious.
Well, they're both dead.
Yeah, but
She died first before he did.
All right. Oh, okay. Here it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sex Pistols bassist Sid Vicious was accused of killing his girlfriend Nancy Spungen 39 years ago, but the case remains a mystery. In 1975, a 17-year-old Philly girl named Nancy Spungen dropped out of the University of Colorado and moved to New York City. You want me to skim through this?
Go ahead. To talk about the whole thing there. Yes, definitely.
Oh, you want me to read the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jesus.
She pushed, yeah.
Do it in layman's terms. 'Cause I know it's long, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh yeah, I'm reading
Layman's
really
terms,
quick.
please.
What does that mean?
Simply projected.
Simply
from yourself.
put, yeah.
All right. All right. I'm reading to myself. What it is. Someone said we were tired of being nice. It was like fuck you. McNeil said the left invented that political correctness stuff. Punk was supposed to piss off everybody and make people think. Let's see.
Question everything around them.
Yeah. October 12th, 1978, a 20-year-old Spungen bled to death on the bathroom floor of a room in the Chelsea Hotel in New York. Months later, while awaiting trial for a murder, Vicious died from an overdose. Vicious died from an overdose.
Yeah.
For many, it was the end of an era.
Yes.
Keep reading?
no. Do we
No,
want to
got
call
the-
this an overdose or a suicide?
Well, it was an overdose because he was a major heroin addict.
Right.
There. Yeah. But the first thing first thing he wanted to while he was sitting in prison, the first thing he wanted was his heroin. And who what person could do that? His mom, who apparently was the one who got him on heroin because she was an addict herself.
Right.
Okay, well, the next one. No, I'm not going to do it because that's not really a singer. Darla Hood.
Who?
Darla Hood from Our Gang.
Oh.
Okay.
Darla Hood. Oh, you mean Spanky Art? Oh,
Right.
yeah. You mean on the movies,
the cartoon,
right?
The cartoons.
Those the little
shorts.
movies. The shorts, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Okay, actually, the next legitimate one I got is Lowell George, who was 34.
From the band Little Feat.
Heart Attack. That was a good little band.
And these were the guys who really brought the Cajun music scene out to the open because they're from Louisiana, New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good little. Lowell George was good. Van McCoy, 39.
Oh, yeah. The Hustle. That was one of his
Heart
big
Attack.
instrumental hits. Yeah.
So you got yourself another natural causes.
Yes.
Minnie Riperton. She was part
Riperton.
of. Is somebody drinking something?
Yeah,
Bobby
I was
Keane.
drinking some water.
Oh.
Okay, Rotary Connection, but she also had a minor hit, Loving You. Well, it wasn't really minor, it's pretty big. She was 31 and died from breast cancer. Natural
wow.
causes.
Yep.
Minnie Riperton. I remember hearing that name a couple of times in the past. I'm trying to put it together now.
Well, like I say, she was with Rotary Connection, but she also had a small solo career.
Ah,
Her big
okay.
one was Loving You.
Ah, I see
That's the
there.
one where she reaches the incredibly high notes in the song.
Ah, I see there.
Okay, next one I got is Jimmy McCullough,
From the band Wings.
right?
Yep, Paul McCartney's post-Beatles group there.
26, morphine poisoning.
Wow.
Call it an overdose.
Wow.
Right.
I see there.
Okay. And that's going to close off the 70s.
Okay.
So when we pick this up again, because we've been on about an hour and a half,
Yeah, it is.
we'll
We'll
pick
take
up
it
in
up
the
in the
80s.
80s. Yep, and there's the 3 deaths in that following year, 1980. There. 3 big ones there.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it'd be more than 3.
Yeah, I do.
As a matter.
I'm gonna send this list to the group chat.
Okay, and what is our tally so far?
All right.
16 overdose, 11 plane crash, 5 car crash, 18 natural causes, 2 shot, 3 question mark, 2 stab, 2 suicide, 2 accidental death.
Wow. So the overdoses win at this point there.
No, natural causes win. 18 natural causes, 16 overdose.
But I'm going to bet by the time we
causes.
finish this thing, overdoses are going to overtake them.
Yep.
But it could be wrong.
It's not.
Well, who knows?
Of course,
Wait,
a lot of the natural causes were singers from the 40s and 30s, like Crosby and,
I see there.
And that's probably going to change.
Oh, well.
Okay.
I saw this to the group chat.
Okay, I'm going to find something here to put in the Skype chat here to check out. I remember hearing about this, seeing the video about this. You have to wait towards the end what happens here. Let me find it here. And blah, 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 blah. Give it a film. Give it a while. Give it a while. Give it a while. Let me do this here. Come on, hurry. Let's see here.
You wanna talk to Minnesota when the show's over?
Oh, is he coming online? Or coming on the show there?
No, I thought you wanted to talk to him about his videos.
No, I wanted to talk about, when I mentioned that a guy's ever saw the videos that he put it up there.
Oh, no, I haven't seen them.
Oh, man, definitely. They're up there right now.
All right.